Hi, welcome to my channel, Perfect Woman of God. I am not a Christian. I am not a Muslim. I am saved by grace, just striving to become a better me. Today I'm going to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah, the world we live in, Hollywood, where a lot of people go to become, a star. I'm going to get some water right there. Oh my God. Ooh, not making any sense. Okay, there it goes. Oh my God. Hollywood, Hollywood. I call it Hollywood, but Hollywood, where they do sex and orgies. It has to do with power and greed, and these people that are up on the food chain of CEOs and producers. They're working Hollywood, and I've done my research. I've looked online and YouTube, and a lot of people, rappers and places, people are coming out and speaking stories about the sex orgies and things that are going on behind closed doors, and how the girls are being passed around, and it's a lot of sex and orgies. And R. Kelly, again, he's in Hollywood. A lot of people sell their souls in order to come up. But you have to think about these things. All these things do not have nothing to do with God. So of course no good is going to come from anything that doesn't have nothing to do with God. You're trying to become a superstar. You're trying to sing and dress half naked, and it has nothing to do with God. It has to do with selfishness and greed, and wanting to be seen by this world, which is full of wickedness, and the world we live in general. I live in Georgia, where there's a lot of homosexuality and lust and, selfish, self-driven people in general, and I'm sure it's going on all over the world. A lot of selfishness, a lot of things going on that God just wouldn't be okay with. Over here looking up the chapter, Genesis chapter 18 through 19. I'm not going to read the whole thing, more of a summary, So chapter 19, records the two angels disguised as human beings visiting Sodom and Gomorrah. No, they are. The Bible informs us, before they had gone to bed, all the men from a part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. They called the lot. "Where are the men who came with you tonight? Bring them out so we can have sex with them." This is Genesis chapter 9 verses 4 through 5. The angels then proceeded to blind all the men of Sodom and Gomorrah and urged Lot, his family, to flee from the city to escape the wrath that God has about to deliver. God, he doesn't like homosexuality. He doesn't like greed. There was a lot of man-on-man action going on in Sodom and Gomorrah, a lot of a lot of greed, a lot of people just feeding that flesh. The Lord raining down burning sulfur all on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of heaven. Thus he overthrew those cities and the entire plain, including all the living in the cities. Genesis chapter 19 verse 24. In the light of the passage, most common response is that what was the sin of Sodom and Gomorrah? Is that it was homosexuality? This is how the term sodomy came to be referred as anal sex between two men and consensual or forced. Clearly, homosexuality was part of God's destroy to the two cities. So he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah due to homosexuality, and sodomy, which came from homosexuality, which is anal and oral sex. The men of Sodom and Gomorrah wanted to perform a homosexual gang rape on the two angels, which I know is crazy, right? I read this and I'm like, whoa, there's a lot of that going on now, like in Hollywood. They're trying to gang rape and run trains on the superstars of these men that want to be superstars. They'll bring them in a room, because this is one of the guys wanted to be, he's a rapper, and I guess he wanted to, he thought that he was just going to come in to sign a contract, but he came in to a party or whatever, so he's chilling, minding his business. They're like coming to the room. He comes into the room. They're over there running a train on one person or whatever, and I guess they were trying to do the same thing to him, and he left. And I guess his cousin was trying to warn him about how Hollywood works and how you have to be gang raped, or they want you to be their little toy or whatever in order to come up in life. And that's what's happening. When I read this, Sodom and Gomorrah, I was shocked. Like, whoa. It's a lot of stuff that's in the Bible that people just don't read or just don't want to read because they know that they're somewhat guilty of doing these things, you know. Me, I did not know sodomy also meant oral. You know, I learned that just now for myself. A lot of people had somebody comment on my video one time, was like, I did not know oral was considered sodomy, you know. And it is. So I wanted to inform people on that on my video, and I see I got a lot of views on that. So apparently people wanted to be a little nosy and wanted to kind of find out what that was. Okay, so yes, sodomy is anal and oral sex, okay, people? So don't do it. That's all I have to say about that. So yeah, that's all I have to say. You know, that's what's going on in this world as we speak. I live in Georgia, you know, where there's a lot of homosexuality, which I'm sure is a lot of anal and oral and all kind of stuff going on. You know, a lot of people are just blinded and not aware of these things that's going on. They think, oh, I just want to become a superstar. It's going to be easy going to Hollywood. Like, I don't have to sell my soul to be a superstar. Like, yes, you do in this world. It's full of greed and lust. What do you think is going to happen to you, honey? At some point, they're going to either A, try you, and you're not going to come up like you want to, or you have to come up by yourself, be a superstar or whatever. Which, I don't understand why so many people are so in the need to want to be seen or want to be a superstar so bad, especially young people. Y'all always want to be a singer, and you always want to be seen. You always want the world to see you, and it's like, I just don't understand that need for attention so bad. When you have God and that's all you need, and why do you want so much attention? Like, when you go to heaven, you know, it's not going to be all just on you all the time. Everybody's going to get attention. Like, you want attention more than everybody else. It's like, you're so needy for that. And what's going to do, that's going to get you trapped up in that mess. And you're going to find yourself selling your soul or doing things that's not godly, you know. And I feel bad again for those girls, those victims of R. Kelly. They're going through that right now as we speak, going through that Sodom and Gomorrah stuff going on in a house. They're trapped in a house in cages, being called pets, and, you know, having to be forced to have sex with another woman. He has you committing a sin and all that because they got wrapped up in that, him being an idol, I guess, in a way, and them seeing him as a superstar. Like, oh, he's a superstar. They see him as an idol, and they thought he was someone that he's not. He is not that person, you know. Again, I tell people, stop looking up to these stars because you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. Stop looking up to Beyonce. I know she's a pretty picture and she looks gorgeous. I know, ooh, she pretty. But you don't know what she did to get to where she is in life. It probably wasn't the best thing for her. You know? I can tell that she's a good person in there, but I feel like she's getting wrapped up in that greed and that money. And what's going to happen, like it says in the Bible, you're going to either choose money or God. And so far, I feel like a lot of superstars are choosing money and greed. And it's sad to see, honestly, because, again, it just bothers me when I see it. It's like, money isn't everything. For me, money just pays bills, buys clothes for me to wear. That's pretty much it. Money is not my God. You know, it's really not. It's really, really not. It's just a piece of freaking paper. You know, and people go crazy over it. You know, and you're selling your soul and you're doing ungodly acts, you know, just to come up in life. And it's sad, and I feel bad for all those people that have to go through those things. But again, what we go through in life builds endurance. You know, and makes us a better person. We just have to push through it with God's help, and he holds on to us to keep us strong through that process. And once you get through it, you become a better you, and you would never most likely do those things again, and I know you won't. So that's all I have to say.